Alright, clap. Okay. Tangan rasa gembira. Alright, let's go.
This is the American Green Corner Podcast.
Baik, podcast ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh the American Green Corner by the US Embassy KL in collaboration with Sabah State Library Tanjung Aru and as well collaborations with Kinabalu Podcast.
Yeah, man. American Green Corner or AGC is actively encouraging education and cultural exchange between United States and Sabah, the awareness of environmental issues, climate change, as well as offering us conducive space of operations to organize and operate our programs with our team at the American Green Corner.
Of course, to know more, follow us at agc.sabah on Instagram and TikTok and American Green Corner Sabah on Facebook and YouTube. Punkis! Kihoi!
Bodine, tell him, what are we going to do? You going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now. Because I've been to the mountaintop.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. Please remember, the dedication to the conversation of all men are created.
From the beauty of Kinabalu to the white sands of Mengayau, this is the American Green Corner Podcast.
Ya, Assalamualaikum, saya Richado.
Saya Kenny.
Dan bertemu kita di latest episode. Sekejap, saya kira dulu. So, kita ada dua, Ben ada dua. So, this is the fifth.
If my maths is... if our combined brains and the maths is correct.
Sama Azmi. The fourth, is it?
Fourth, okay.
Tapi Ben ada dua kan? Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So the fourth episode with AGC Podcast. Dan hari ini kita sangat berbesar hati because kita collaboration with Kinabalu Podcast, our main podcast as well.
Yeah, man.
And bersama-sama dengan kami ni an amazing person yang saya cubuk-cubuk lama sudah.
Ya, betul. Dari
Yang-
awal-awal
ya.
lagi ambang-ambang podcast ni.
Yang mula-mula saya tengok dia, saya bilang hebat betul dia MC kayak ini.
Tapi dia tidak follow kami lang. Siapa ini? Nama. Bukan saya.
Okay.
It's him.
Just
kidding.
but anyway, we've been following him for
Yeah,
quite
man.
some times ever since they're into the line of this industry, which is hari ini kita cerita banyak pasal MCing and also hosting and mungkin a little bit of DJing lah.
Yeah, man.
Presenting lah di radio station. So please welcome to AGC Podcast, Ben Uzair.
Hello.
Hello.
I promise I will follow you guys after this. Saya actually rasa kecil sekejap because come on, I am being interviewed by two individuals who are perhaps the top podcast in Sabah.
yeah. Oh my God.
I've been waiting for my invitation actually. You interviewed my good friend Baki Zainal not too long ago, and I was like, alah, bestnya bila lah saya kena interview. But hey, I'm so happy that I'm sharing this table with you guys.
Oh, we're so happy as well. It's an honor.
Saya terus bergegar sedikit bergegar. So, satu dia presenter, dia bekas presenter juga radio and all.
Yeah, man.
Dan dia punya sound are very good. Kan?
The voice.
Yeah, the voice is very very
Macam
there lah.
Yeah,
the
Morgan Freeman lah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's to that level, especially today when I'm not feeling my best. But hey, we'll make the best of it, right?
It's bassy. More bassy. Maybe you should be sick all the time. No. Scratch that.
Bassy and as well for me I think bila dia cakap very curated, very articulate.
Yeah.
Kenapa dia cakap begitu itu? Saya jealous.
Apa dia makan lah?
Ini
we get to know more lah today. Yes.
Soalan
Absolutely.
saya yang pertama, terus masuk ke soalan lah. Actually, how we conduct our podcast, actually kami tidak pernah we never structured our podcast, which is saya ada tengok the recent podcast daripada AGC, which is Ben Uzair is actually part of AGC as well. Dia adalah one of our hosts di AGC podcast in collaboration with US Embassy dan juga Sabah State Library. Ya, saya tengok dia kasih very structured dan dia kasih segmented dia punya session sama Farish hari tu.
Wow.
Yeah, so dia ada macam green card, yellow card, white card, begitulah.
Itu kan?
Yeah, so the first part dia talk about Farish himself, lepas tu at the end dia cerita pasal the environmental, apa yang dia punya take about it and all, which is for me saya rasa sangat-sangat bagus. Bukan macam kita.
Kita hambur. Sekejap ini, sekejap ini.
Yeah.
Like we're
But that is the beauty of podcasting,
I
right?
see,
Anyone is free to do whatever they wish. I am always a structured person. Memang dari dulu lagi. Kalau
Wow.
berhambur, no offense to anyone
Okay,
that is
yeah,
hambur-hambur.
yeah.
It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that kalau saya buat kerja kan mesti tersusun. Kalau tidak tersusun, I become very anxious. Saya berpeluh and then saya punya minda terus berkecamuk. Then I cannot do my work.
So kau pandai begitu juga.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why if we start, we have to do it like properly. Okay.
I see.
macam tu. I'm always a person that okay, if we start something, we have to finish it also.
And
Wow.
very organized, structured.
I do my best to
Okay.
make it organized. Sometimes saya sendiri pun berkecamuk. I'll get other people to help me.
Alright.
So that's the
Awesome.
beauty of Sabah because biasalah, everyone has their own talent, and if we're not able to do something, then we get someone else to help us.
Oh.
Never be scared to ask for
Betul.
help, right? So
Trial and error. Try saja. Dia tolong tidak, kita cari orang lain lah kan, like that. Because let me just rewind a little bit. Masa you talk about Baki Zainal kan?
yes.
We've been following Baki Zainal for quite some times. Dia adalah GoPro punya ambassador and all. So bila kami try, jadi suka betul Sabah. So kami try lah. Kami try DM dia. So dia actually respond balik. So
to our surprise.
yeah, to our surprise.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah, and then dia datang Sabah. So kami tahu yang dia datang Sabah, which is dia memang almost every month dia di Sabah.
Orang Sabah sudah pada ni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kami try. Dia bilang, why not? Let's go. Dia bilang. So kami dapat bercerita and share another person of Ben Uzair yang sama, quite almost the same line and everything.
Yeah. Tapi lucky for Ben because we didn't do it in a small room lah. He did.
I mean, look at the set today, right?
Oh,
It's not
wow.
the usual
Yeah.
grey walls.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we took things out of the studio for
Correct.
a change.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is nice.
Out of the grey lah.
Yes.
Because memang literally grey wall.
Grey wall, man.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, kita pull back a little bit. Kita cerita pasal Ben dulu. Mungkin banyak orang tahu Ben ni sebagai MC, but they don't know Ben ni dari mana, dia ni bangsa apa, and all. Di mana dia membesar. To be frank, I was in KK industry, which is I was doing MC last time. Inilah saya betul-betul berbesar hati hari ini sebab saya banyak mau belajar daripada Ben. So I was in the line last time, I think back in 2010 to 2015, sort of like that. Tapi I got no guideline, no reference. And masa itu pun MC pun macam yang, you know, there's no price yang rate yang dorang kasih set. Lepas tu kau nak tahu kau boleh bagi begini harga atau begini harga, and kau tiada dapat reference bah. So kau macam boleh kan taruh begini ya, can I deliver? Kalau begini yang birthday saja ini berapa mau bagi ya, kawin berapa mau bagi, you know. So and then also terpaksa belajar sendiri, tengok YouTube dan sebagainya. Dan bila berpindah tempat, so saya stop lah doing that. So saya mau tanya Ben, during the time I was doing it, I never terlimpas nama Ben Uzair.
Oh.
So bila dia muncul ni, saya was like, bagus betul lah si Ben Uzair, which is he's really good.
He's really good, man.
So Ben, where are you from actually?
I'm from Putatan.
Putatan.
Yes.
Oh.
So my mom is actually from Pahang.
Oh.
So she studied in Semenanjung and met my dad, who is orang Tanjung Aru.
Okay.
And yes, ironically we're in Tanjung Aru, right? Sana rumah pangsa.
Yeah.
He used to play football with the likes of James Wong and all of that stuff. So that gang lah, gang. But James Wong and the team went on to do other things, and dad decided to continue his studies. So that's where my parents met, and then dia orang balik sini. My mom jadi macam orang Sabah lah. So I'm born here, raised here, orang KK, and then when I was 3 years old, after growing up dekat Padang Rugby sana, because Tanjung Aru used to be the government quarters of all the government servants here in KK, right? Even Hone Place, which is the Taman Perdana, that I remember there were beautiful, lovely wooden houses back then, and then when I was 3 years old, pindah pergi Putatan, and I lived there ever since. So yeah.
So kau memang orang KK lah ni.
Memang orang KK
Kira orang
lah,
KK
yes.
lah.
Orang
Born and bred. Wow.
But your mom from Pahang, is that right?
My mom is from Pahang.
So
sadly, I have family members in
Baru saya mau
Semenanjung,
tanya. Okay.
but I am not close to them. I wish I am closer to them. We met them last year, so I decided to bring my mom and also my aunt, who also lives here in KK, and they've not met. They have not seen their family members in almost 10 years macam begitu. So I said, okay lah, jomlah kita sama-sama balik kampung.
Where is it in Pahang?
Pekan,
Pekan,
the royal town of Pekan.
Pahang.
So,
Pahang.
and also the home of a former Prime Minister, which we will not delve in this
Yes,
topic.
let's not go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a historical place. I love that little town because it's steeped in history. I learned so much about keluarga diraja, that sort of thing, their history and whatnot. And I think it's part of being Malaysian. So orang Sabah patut tahu benda-benda di Semenanjung dan orang Semenanjung patut tahu benda-benda di Borneo, and that's how we become better, greater Malaysians.
So
That's true.
if you go in Semenanjung, boleh jugalah sikit-sikit lah kira.
Tak boleh.
Tak boleh.
memang pekat lah yang Sabahan accent lah.
Baru mau try ya.
In Pahang, right, dia orang punya logat,
Ooh,
it's a
yeah.
different way.
Yeah.
So I remember my late grandmother, she would always come down to Sabah to visit, and she has this, I don't want to say weird, unique accent.
Okay.
You know, sometimes orang Terengganu, orang Kelantan,
Alright.
orang Pahang, they have this very Pantai Timur punya
Correct.
logat, right? So I can't even emulate. I can't even
Was just about to ask you to try it out.
If I pergi KL pun, I will speak like an Indonesian, and there we go, the conversation. Kamu dari mana ya? We know the ending to that. So,
Yeah, man.
All right, Ben. Your journey as an MC, but probably if you don't mind, how old are you now?
I am 44. I'll be 45 in March. So yeah,
You don't look your age.
thank you. I'll
Yes.
belanja you makanan.
I got it.
Something American. Something American.
Nice.
Actually, Ben, semua orang dia cakap begitu tu.
Don't break my secret.
So Ben, MCing world.
Yes.
Are you like jump into it? Kau ada ambil mass comm? Kau ada belajar MC hosting before?
So I graduated with a degree in business, and also I did my diploma in hotel management. I'm a hotelier at heart, so
I
I love
see.
customer service. I love making people smile. I will bend my back to make sure that my guests are always happy. So that's one of the things that I did when I was in Nashville for 10 years. So after actually 11, but it's okay.
11 years in US.
11 years in the US.
My
So-
goodness.
So after studying 2 years in Switzerland to finish my diploma in hotel management,
Right.
then there was a hotel based in the United States, came down to Switzerland, hired a few of us hotel students, and that's where I started my internship in the States. Nashville, of all places, I interviewed placements in major cities that you and I know, like Boston, Los Angeles,
New York.
New
Yeah.
York, all the the
Hollywood stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
yang nama-nama biasa yang selalu kita dengar. But of all places,
Nashville.
So I have zero clue about the city. So
Right.
that's where I started. But to answer your question about delving into at the emceeing world, so I came back from the States
When
around
was that?
2011.
All right.
2011, right.
Returned to assist with the family business and all of that stuff. So that's when I opened Juara Gym. I've done a few podcasts, and it's the same story. I'll tell this story to you guys as well.
All right.
It's all by accident. That's how I entered the emceeing world. So every Sunday, I would always have a free Zumba class at
Okay.
our Juara Gym rooftop.
Okay.
It's
Right.
just a way to encourage people to,
To have a healthy lifestyle lah. Okay.
instead of selling things in front of their faces, that sort of thing. So try to get their feet wet and that sort of thing. And it's just a fun way to get the community together in Kampung Ketiau.
Nice.
So that's what we did. Every October, which today, this is the month of October, we had a collaboration with Kinabalu Pink Ribbon.
Okay.
So they are an association that takes care of women or any individuals with breast cancer.
Yes,
take care
yes.
of them
Pink
and
Ribbon.
encouraging everyone to do mammograms. And by the way, any of our viewers who are women, ladies, please make sure that you do your mammogram and hopefully you get checked.
Yes, do it. Yes, please do it.
So so there was one time that we hosted a nice Pinktober party
Okay.
at
Ooh.
our rooftop, and me being the hotelier, being the host, and I would always
Being
every Sunday,
hospitable.
being hospitable. Thank you so much for coming, la 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 la, that sort of thing. And I mean every word from my heart, because sudahlah kita orang punya gym ni sana pisuk-pisuk, like
Alright,
in the
okay.
middle of nowhere. So obviously
Right.
we want to make that experience as nice and memorable as possible, so that they will come again and tell their friends and whatnot. So so the then president of Kinabalu Pink Ribbon, Puan Natra, who also lives in Tanjung Aru, bless her heart, she's a very, very nice lady, and she still is very active. And she said, Ben, and orang-orang yang in their golden years, very motherly, very authoritative, like, Ben, you are going to MC our Mother's Day walk next year.
Okay.
And I was like, No.
No way.
I am not going to hold a microphone. It's already like very bikin takut to hold the microphone in front of a lot of people in my gym.
That was back in 2000.
This was back in 2015, 14, something like that.
My
Right.
goodness.
So
you got stage fright.
Yeah, I did.
did?
So long story short, I immediately said yes to the job.
Okay.
Because you cannot say no to a person with cancer, right? Because sen berdosa kita.
That's true.
So I said yes, and I decided that okay, I am not going to wing it. I'm going to make sure that I do it properly. You know me. I don't like to just masuk and just swim in an open ocean without knowing what to do.
Correct.
So I did my homework, met a few people, generated a script, and then biasalah, first time always do little mistakes here and there. But 6,000 people in front of me at Padang Merdeka, all wearing pink. I'll still remember that.
My goodness.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a huge crowd.
It's huge crowd.
That was your first MC job.
My first MC job.
6,000 people.
6,000 people.
God.
My first, it was voluntary. I don't get paid a single cent. It was fun. I'm glad I said yes. So,
okay.
So and good things happen after that.
Escalating from there.
Yes. This snowball basically.
Snowball to who Ben Uzair is now. Wow.
Very blessed.
You were saying that you got your probably your degree in your hotel line.
I did. So I did my diploma in hotel management, and then once I graduated 2 years in the hotelier college, then I sambung belajar di States.
Still in the same line?
In Nashville also, at
Same
Belmont
line?
University. No, I did business administration. I decided that I wanted something general because after a while working in the hotel industry, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to stay forever. So I'm like, better, mau kasih selamat jiwa dan raga sendiri. So I said,
good,
you know what, let's just do a general business degree just in case down the road that I might not want to pursue hotel management anymore, which I am not even a hotelier anymore at 44. So I'm glad that you
chose that path.
Yes, I chose that path to just get something that is general.
2015 dia ada buat itu. So sekarang baru 2024. So quite recent actually.
10 years. 10 years. This is my 10th year. Well, actually, next year will be my 10th year.
Are you doing this professionally, emceeing?
Yes, I am. So my goal is to be invited to do this job again and again and again. I know there are a lot of MCs out there who just do it as a casual job, another stream of income, that sort of thing. But I think there is an opportunity to be a professional MC because when you talk about protocols, when you talk about wanting to do things right, especially now Sabah is welcoming a lot of international visitors, and also we have a great convention center. So obviously we want to do business events here in Sabah. So there is a need for professional MCs, and I bukanlah saya mau cakap professional MC tu lebih bagus daripada MC. No, this is an ecosystem. Everybody has a slice of the pie. I can do the main important events, and then there are others who can do little wonderful events in a much more intimate setting. Birthdays, lunches, launches,
weddings.
Weddings, you name it. So I'm able throughout the 10 years being an MC, I'm able to get my feet wet in all of these little events. And throughout the years, I realized that, there are things that I like, there are things that I don't like. So that's why I try to steer towards the events that I like. Conferences, I love conferences. You sit there for the whole day, you MC.
You learn something new. You met people, networking.
So sometimes I'll do weddings, depending on who the person is. Birthday parties I can't do. Sorry, I can't.
Depending on how much the payment.
Itu boleh cerita lah.
I mean, talking about payments, I ask and I say that because sometimes ini yang berlaku pada saya long time ago, 2011 back then. Because kalau datang set macam mana, sometimes you don't know who evaluate kau, who justify kau yang kau ni bagus for that rating and all.
There's no standard rates for this kind of thing,
so,
right?
Talking about that, macam sekarang I do saw a few lah yang I mean actually kalau English actually sangat kurang di JK ni.
I agree.
Sangat kurang. Beberapa orang saya boleh sebut nama-nama dia. So what is the biggest job you ever got?
Several. So I recently went to KL to MC the Malaysia Business Events Week.
Okay.
So that one is organized by the Malaysian Convention Bureau. That was a major job because I don't get to fly to KL to do jobs in KL with anyone who is international and those who are from KL. So that's one of the biggest jobs that I had. And then recently, when the Prime Minister was here during Hari Raya, so I was the MC
PMX.
for the PMX. Yes, I was the MC for the Malaysia Madani Hari Raya celebrations.
Okay.
Nice.
And also coming up in a few weeks' time, I'm not sure when this video will broadcast will be broadcast, but in a few weeks' time, I'll be MCing the inaugural Sabah International Blue Economy Conference, and the Prime Minister is coming to Sabah to officiate that.
Huge events.
Yeah, huge and looks so very educational. Why I'm saying educational? Because being an MC, you gotta have knowledge.
Of course,
Right.
of course.
So,
of
do
course.
you think your past experience actually helps you doing MC now?
Yes, of course. But of course, as an MC, you delve into different
events.
with different themes, right? Like blue economy.
Correct.
I have to obviously sit down and find out what blue economy is all about. And
That's
then,
why.
you can't just go into an event blindly and then sana ko shock sendiri.
Yeah.
Lagi-lagi ko tidak akan terima job di masa hadapan kan. So
Correct.
you have to appear knowledgeable as well. Now you don't have to take over the job of the person who is officiating or any of the speakers, but at least just a little knowledge about blue economy just to glue everything together.
Correct,
I think
correct.
that always helps. And then protocol. Protocol is very,
My
very
goodness.
important, and especially if you have the dignitaries, and whatnot.
Hierarchies.
Yeah, and the SIBAC or the Sabah International Blue Economy Conference is not just attended by our local dignitaries, but also ambassadors who are based in
Alamak.
KL.
Wow.
So it's okay. I've done it before in 2022, the Sabah International Business Economy Conference, I believe, and we welcome all the ambassadors for the very first time to Sabah,
see.
and that was nerve-wracking. Obviously, another important
Wow.
event that I did. So yeah.
Do you? I mean, banyak soalan.
Go ahead, man. Yeah.
Do you practice? Do you look in the mirror and then go practice? Do you still practice and do you still do your scripting and all?
So I'm a radio person, right? So
Okay.
I never look at myself at the
Okay.
mirror. I don't like looking at these cameras. That's why I stayed in radio. You can ask Farish.
So that's actually stereotypical, right? When you
Yeah.
need to practice, you need to look at the mirror. But
Yeah.
then
Because
it's
Farish
actually,
did that masa mula-mula kan.
Oh,
dia cakap,
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
But now having to MC these important events, of course there will be the live feed, so I have to be very mindful. Because dulu I was spoiled. I was in radio for 7 years, and there's no camera, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
So you just cakap. Kalau sana ko kumakorek hidung pun nobody will know.
Yeah. Pakai sarung pun orang dah tahu.
Exactly. But to answer your question, yes, I some of the methods that I do to practice is reading things out loud,
Okay.
especially
Right.
with names. Sometimes there are names that is very difficult,
Very difficult,
to
yep.
pronounce, especially
Correct.
international names. So I will do. I'm a curious person. If saya tidak puas hati dengan tu jawapan, I will korek sampai lubang cacing.
Wow.
So
Ask people and tanya
I
macam
will
nak
ask
sebut apa
people,
semua.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will do that, especially involving names. To practice in front of the mirror, sangat jarang lah. But
Okay.
I will always make sure that my script is okay. This is where you have to practice mindfulness. You know, a lot of people talk about mental health these days,
Yes.
and mindfulness is being aware of yourself. So sometimes you cannot shock sendiri di depan kamera, di depan orang. You try to make silly jokes and
Yes,
whatnot. You can make silly jokes, but not in a formal event like
Correct.
a conference, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. So ada dia punya decorum lah
Yes,
that
yes,
you
right.
have to practice. But yes, I always learn a lot of things when I co-MC with someone.
Okay.
So
Right.
then we will put our heads together to generate the script, learn new words, and learn new methods, and it's always fun when I have a
Wow.
co-MC.
I
But
see.
one thing that's jarring and scary is sometimes the chemistry ada tiada. So sometimes I count my lucky stars every time when I have a co-MC. We will always make sure that we deliver our best.
Yeah.
If tiada chemistry, how?
Oh, kalau tiada chemistry, then we just radu saja lah. Radu saja lah. Makan saja tu script and just kasih satu-satu saja lah.
Alah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you this part, saya this part.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Yes.
So you don't do television?
No.
I mean the local TV or something they never call you?
Paling
RTM
pun
kah?
saya
Or you
for-
reject?
No, I never rejected. Memang tiada peluang.
Okay, okay.
But
Not yet
paling
lah,
pun
not
kena
yet
panggil dulu was to be interviewed for a fitness event to explain what the event was all about at RTM. That's it. Itu saja. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm curious when it comes to protocol in formal punya events. Do you pick it up as you go through experience, or did you go somewhere and learn? In the top of my head, macam Intan macam gitu kah?
Yeah,
No.
you go as you learn as you go. And
I see.
You have to make little mistakes so that you have to kena tegur by people. But of course you have to make sure that you proactively make sure that you tidak akan kena tegur lah. So that's where you do your homework.
Right.
Like today, the day of our recording is the birthday of our TYT.
Correct.
Then one of the things that I always do is there's the media list of the people who receive their pingats and all diorang punya bintang. So I find out, okay, si Anu ni sudah jadi Datuk Seri Panglima. Si Anu sudah jadi Datuk, that sort of thing. So these are things that I'm always mindful, because the last thing you want to do is to go at the lectern and then you tersalah sebut dia punya nama ataupun terkurang dia punya
The
title.
salutations.
Yes, the salutations and whatnot. So it's like, yes, I know. But hey, people get scared with these protocols. But at the end of the day, if you're able to research, you talk to people, make friends with Jabatan Istiadat dan Protocol, which I did, and then through the years you create a relationship, and then now I'm able to just generate a salutation without their help. So all I do is, okay, tell me who's coming, siapa di barisan hadapan, and then what I do is I'll show the list to Jabatan Istiadat dan Protocol.
Is it okay or not? Endorse?
Yeah, then they'll look through it, and then after doing these things for
Many
a while,
times.
then you create an impression. So a good impression, and that's one of the things that I really want to maintain, so that we can have more jobs in the future. It's not about shock sendiri, want to make a fool out of yourself. We want to be professional MCs. We want to get more jobs in the future, and the only way to do that is to take your job seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you... Okay.
Big tips.
Yeah, betul.
Be friends with the bahagian protocol.
Yeah. If you want to be into the line, of course.
Never be scared.
Bawa
Never be scared. I mean, it's something that's learnable. It's something that I teach in my MCing classes as well. And yes, I do classes in MCing.
Oh, I want to join.
Me too.
I'll advertise it one day.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit more about the class? Kasih promote lah.
Boleh. But so I don't have one yet. I'm supposed to have one during Deepavali, but sadly I will be in Kuching for a job, an MCing job. So I have to postpone it to next year.
Satu kelas RM1,000 semua. Mahal gila.
Kau yang set lah.
But believe me, seriously, you will get your return on investment if you attend these classes, because the goal of you attending these classes is to get more knowledge.
Correct.
And then with that knowledge, hopefully you will land on one job that you're able to charge a certain amount, and that's how you grow and become better. So yeah, in my classes I teach a theme called lectern leadership. Lectern leadership means that you are not just a person that holds the microphone, but you are also a person that has to control the floor. You have to make sure that you punya keterampilan bagus. People will look up to you, that sort of thing. So it's not just a matter of reading out the script, but also being very aware of what's happening in the hall. Little things like, tiada current, what do you do? Tiba-tiba banjir, what do you do? Tiba-tiba something happens like a fire, what do you do? So these are things that you have to be aware. And I don't wish on any of these things to MC.
Of course.
To other MCs, I've dealt events with those things that I mentioned.
Wow.
But how do you stay calm? How do you stay classy and yet because
elegant
and there will be people who will be looking at you as like, okay, what's next? Because people rely on the master of ceremonies to look for cues, look for clues also, and find out what's next. So,
Literally, the name called Master of Ceremony. So you are the master of the ceremony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Appearance wise.
Yes.
Do you take? I can see, of course, your social media. Do you take care of your appearance?
Of course, we must take care of our appearance, because if you go there without exercising, the dress code and making sure that you have to dress up well according to the dress code of the event. If the event requires you to be in a tuxedo, then you don't go in shorts and t-shirt, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So these are things that people definitely will look at. Protocol. To me, protocol is something that if you do it properly, people won't care about it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, people will just say, oh, beginilah ini. But if you don't do it properly, people will remember you for the rest of their life.
No, ambil
So yeah.
Don't take him anymore.
Don't take him anymore. So, I mean, that's human nature, right? People
Yes.
will always remember the negative
Correct.
instead of what's positive.
The small things yang
It's
salah.
always
Yeah.
the small things, yeah.
To inspire everyone, especially yang interested to be an MC, to learn about MC.
Like us.
Like us. How much is the biggest payment you ever received, Ben?
Memang duit lah kalau kau.
Yeah,
I will not
aku memang
discuss.
mata duitan.
I will not discuss figures over here.
Close your
Okay,
ears,
no,
Hussein.
let's guess lah. Let's guess lah. They are not kira okay lah. Per event, have you ever received 15K?
Yes.
Actually, that's my basic.
I won't lie. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
6 figure. No lah.
Okay.
Tidak sampai 6 figures lah. Yeah, tidak sampai.
20.
Belum lagi.
Belum.
Belum
Okay,
lagi.
so you
But
between
in total, yes, you can achieve that particular
of
figure
course.
if you. Again, this is not an overnight thing. This is not
Alright.
selling cupcakes in a
Okay.
in a shop. But
Betul,
this
betul.
is 10 years worth of work and being sustainable in the industry, creating networks, and also. Climbing the ladder in the industry.
Betul.
So that's my goal. But to the other MCs, they might be comfortable at where they're at, and that's okay.
fine,
That's
fine,
okay.
yeah.
I have my own goal, and
Correct.
inshallah one day my goal is hopefully to be an MC where a sultan or our king is in attendance. So that's one of the one of my dreams. My opportunity I missed out an opportunity when,
Yang baru-baru ni.
Yang baru-baru
Yeah.
ni because they decided to go with MCs from Jabatan Penerangan, which is
Okay.
cool. It's
Yeah.
fine. I think everyone just don't want to rock the boat, and
Okay.
then perhaps there are people who are not familiar with my style, and it's okay. Bagi saya rezeki tu akan tetap datang.
And also dia bilang, dia pun say like macam, penerangan takkan tiada MC dia orang kan? Gitu. Yang murah-murah sikit lah gitu. Probably, I don't know.
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts probably.
I don't know.
But
Maybe.
That has happened many times, and I'm cool with it. I'm okay with it.
yeah, I mean Ben has his own level of for me, you need to set your level juga. You cannot simply go there and sana kau di kampung kamu juga. You have to really set so goal. So people pun boleh tahu, oh si Ben dia nak boleh ni. Dia gitu kan. Bukan macam bilang tu
Kira
segregate
kelas
ke apa. Ya, tersendiri bang.
It's there.
Talking about emceeing in English, are you good as your English on BM?
I can converse both. I prefer. It's more natural if I were to
Converse in English?
Converse in English. If I were to conduct an event in Malay pun saya okay juga.
Okay. Of course lah.
Tiada masalah.
Orang Melayu bah. I mean orang bahasa Melayu kan.
Ya, bah. Orang Sabah
Translate je lah. Yeah. I mean it's a good lah orang bilang package because kau dua-dua kau boleh buat. Ada orang boleh buat MC Melayu saja. And ada orang yang dua, ada yang boleh tiga with the Chinese as well. Which is good.
And they can code switch. Sorry.
Yes, and also there are MCs who can speak bahasa ibunda, and that's great. We need to have more MCs who are knowledgeable and also fasih in bahasa ibunda, especially now with our youths. Our bahasa ibunda macam dilupakan, that sort of thing, and that's why we need to have more events like Kaamatan. The Bajau community has their own event, but the Rungos have their own event, and I hope that when each of our ethnic groups have our own event, please teruskan dengan bahasa ibunda. We need to have that alive so that our Bornean culture will stay alive too.
Lah,
Yes.
So banyak orang yang tidak pandai. Saya pun dusun, saya pun sendiri. I do believe that. Please do that.
That's true, man.
Terlampau cemburu ni masa kira typical lah kan masa mencemburu ini. Last but not least, Ben.
Mau habis sudah?
Ya.
Habis sudah
Si Plan bilang begini kalau si Plan. What is your advice to yang MC yang baru-baru bermula ni ataupun yang ingin menceburi, how they can empower themselves in this line of job?
First, you mesti ada minat.
Okay.
Once you ada minat, the curiosity will kick in right away. Feed that curiosity with whatever that you wish to know about emceeing, and you'll never know that whilst you're looking for answers and knowledge and ilmu, that you will find your place in the emceeing world. And once you find your place, go ahead, sit on it, make sure the seat is hot, get as much opportunity as possible. possible, and you'll never know that there are people out there who will see your talents the same way as Puan Natra saw my talents.
Okay.
And you'll never know that there will be a jumpstart to the emceeing, your emceeing career. Make friends, be curious, look for videos of past emceeing idols of Malaysia like Dato Mahathir Lokman, Dato Kan Potiao, anyone who is in RTM. They have a certain way of presenting. You know, I watch a lot of CNN, and that's how I polish my grammar, and also how you structure words, that sort of thing. I also listen to RTM. So to answer your question, when it comes to giving these advices to anyone who wants to be in the emceeing world, again, find your place, be curious, feed that curiosity, and make it happen.
I've got a quick one.
Yes.
How to overcome fear?
Visualization. This is a thing that I teach in my class. Visualize it, because when you're fearful on stage, right, you will always think like, I cannot do it. The negative things will always bog your mind, and that's the last thing that you need to be at. Your anxiety will start kicking in, and then you will not be able to perform. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale several times. It will lower your blood pressure and also the beat of your heart, and you'll just have to visualize yourself that you're able to do it. You know, you just have to have faith, believe in yourself, inject some positive thing. We're not talking about toxic positivity.
Nice.
Yes, you can do it, and if you're able to believe yourself by looking at yourself in the mirror, then there will be magical things that will happen. So
Terus 6,000 orang lah di depan.
Mind over matter.
But if it all fails, jangan tengok orang di mata, tengok di sini.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what you do. You
Because
practice
a lot of people get scared by establishing eye contact.
Okay. Right.
And one of the things that I always do as an MC, if I do get nervous, I don't see or look people in the eye directly. I will just make sure
atas dia gitu.
atas di kepala saja. Orang punya rambut kah, orang punya dahi kah. So then I will
slowly overcome.
And then look for friendly faces in the crowd. That's why it's so important to mingle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Talking about mingles. Ada lagi. Are you married?
No.
Not yet.
No.
Are you planning anybody special?
No.
Not this time being.
I like
why I ask, because saya mau tahu in the line of MC ni, do you think you gonna are you gonna macam mana ni you got your own company doing this, you do it properly and everything. So you think how long you gonna be sustaining in this? You think you're gonna be
for as long as I can. I'm lucky that I'm in the emceeing world. I am also in the corporate training world. I also own a gymnasium as well. So these are I call myself a gigpreneur, a person that does many things, and I'm comfortable with it. It keeps me alive, and it gives me purpose.
Awesome, man.
Very inspiring.
Begini balik sosial. Thank you so much, Ben Uzair.
Thank you.
Orang bilang TED Talk yang paling cepat dan paling tidak cukup lah.
Yes.
Paling banyak yang kita perlu.
Ni another one.
I think hopefully this slot ataupun this session dapat memberikan orang bilang pengajaran kepada all the listeners out there, especially yang into this line. Siapa anda kenal Ben Uzair di sini, of course.
Semua kenal.
Yeah. So thank you once again, Ben.
Thank you, Kado. Thank you, Kenny. And all the best to the both of you. I'm glad that we are colleagues at AGC Sabah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good, man.
I hope throughout the time that we are here at AGC Sabah that we'll learn from each other.
Correct.
The legend says we're colleagues, man. I'm tearing up. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Kepada yang ada di luar sana, untuk mendengar ataupun orang bilang follow kami, bolehlah follow kami di AGC di Spotify ataupun di YouTube dan mana-mana platform social media AGC. Yang mana kamu boleh pergi di State Library ni, diorang banyak offer kamu tempat-tempat untuk pembelajaran, tempat tentang mengetahui tentang environmental issues, tentang banyak tech lah, macam-macam di sini. Actually you can seriously come over here. Call Azmi.
3D printer.
Ada. Call Azmi, arrange everything here. belajar apa yang perlu. Macam juga dalam dunia MC ni, kalau kita sentiasa belajar, even Ben pun sampai sekarang masih lagi belajar.
Betul.
To improve himself. Dan podcast ini dibawakan proudly brought to you by the American Green Corner by the US Embassy KL in the collaboration with Sabah State Library Tanjung Aru bersama-sama dengan Kinabalu Podcast.
Ya betul, American Green Corner or AGC is actively encouraging education and cultural exchange between United States and Sabah. The awareness of environmental issues, climate change, as well as offering us conducive space of operations to organize and operate our programs with our team at the American Green Corner.
To know more, follow us at the AGC .Sabah on Instagram and TikTok, and American Green Corner Sabah on Facebook and YouTube. Saya Richado.
Saya Kenny.
And I'm Ben Uzair.
Kami dari Kinabalu Podcast dan juga AGC Podcast. Ciao, sin ciao.
Ciao, Bella, ciao.
Untuk melengkapkan kemudahan-kemudahan dan peluang-peluang bagi meninggikan pelajaran anak-anak negeri Sabah yang cerdik, pandai, tidak kira apa bangsa, agama dan kaum.